Hi folks, it's another DIY here. How to clean your sink, or the pipes underneath it actually. And it's quite a disgusting job depending on some things that happen in these sinks. Like my granddaughter's sink here. She has a whole bunch of stuff that was underneath the sink, and a lot of that stuff goes down in here and it gets really bad. But I cleaned it about 7 months ago and I'm going after it again so I can show you how to do it. And I need to get after the sink because she says it's starting to smell. So anyway, it's pretty simple. You've got to put a towel underneath. You need a bucket of some sort. I have my old Daisy cottage cheese bucket here, and it's just the right size. And I think they also have the, what's the one? The Philadelphia cream cheese one works really nice too. It's a nice size. Because you're gonna have water in this elbow here, right in this elbow, there's gonna be water. So when you take these two apart, it's gonna have water in there. Now, some people that may have the all metal pipes, the old homes, like a 100-year-old home, these are all metal. They're quite simple to get apart. You'll need a good set of channel locks to get them apart, and probably a tapping hammer to tap the metal pipes. Don't tap them too hard, you can damage them. And then you'll just loosen them up, and you do not want to take this pipe out. This one right here with the plug that goes up and down. You do not want to take this pipe off, because this only comes apart when it's being replaced. Okay, so that goes up in here, so don't take that apart. You want to work with everything down and to the wall. Okay. And some pipes you just can't get apart if they're metal. But right now we're dealing with plastic right now. And if your pipes are metal and you can't get them apart, then you're gonna have to call a plumber and then make sure that you ask them to grease it at the joints. So next year you can do it yourself and come back to this video, because it's almost the same thing. It's just dealing with metal. But anyway, this one also has a port here where you can run an unplugger from the outside of the house through here to get to this drain and go in there and unplug it. It's kind of strange. It's a vent, it's a plug thing. So it's really strange, but some of the new homes have it, some of them don't. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna go into this real quick. We're just gonna go over some of the basic tools you need for it. You're gonna need something like a long stick or screwdriver. You're gonna need paper towels. You're gonna need my favorite vinegar, straight vinegar, or mixed half and half, either way you wanna do it. You need a flathead screwdriver, because you're gonna need a flathead screwdriver for this clamp right here to take off, if you have this. And then, like I said, you're gonna need either a crescent wrench or some good big mouth pliers or channel locks. And I doubt you'll need a hammer on these plastics. If they're that bad, I mean, yeah, you may have to tap them a little, but I wouldn't tap them too hard because you'll break them. But the first thing you're gonna take off here is the where you close the drain and open it right here. You're just gonna put the crescent wrench right on there, get it right size. It's right here, this nut back here. And you're just gonna loosen it up. Once you get it loosened, then you're gonna take it off by hand, but don't take it out completely yet, okay? You want to use your handy dandy screwdriver here and place it just right there. Place it right there. So when you gently pull this piece out, watch what happens here. Just gonna gently get it out. We're just gonna pull it out. And that tip you'll need to clean too with some either Clorox wipes, or use the paper towel soaked in vinegar and wipe this all off, because that's mold and it gets bad after a while. But there we are, we saved the plug from falling in. If it does get stuck in there, you just have to use your fingertips and pull it out. And there, we're done with it. Now, since I cleaned this about 7 months ago, it's still pretty clean. Okay, I'm kind of surprised there, but I'm sure down there in the abyss, there's gonna be things there we don't wanna see. Okay, so the next part here is you're gonna go right to the meat and potatoes of the whole operation here. You're gonna loosen these guys up, okay? This is where the water is. So that's why I want to go after these first. Okay, and these are kind of tight. There we go. Okay, that's a leaker. That's a leaker. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, it stinks bad. So I know what she's talking about. She was talking about a bad odor. Oh, I smell it. Okay, ooh, there we go. And it's out. Dump that sucker out. As you see in there, there's all kinds of loveliness. I'm going to show you how to get that out. Okay. But we got to go to the next pipe here. Okay, loosen that. Ooh, that smells bad. Okay, we got that one loosened up a little bit. Don't take it off yet, because you need to use your flathead screwdriver. That's up above there. You want to loosen up this nut or this clamp. And doing this one hand is kind of tough. Get this off here. Bring this down, and then, ooh, you can see the loveliness coming out of the pipes now. Yeah, the black ooze. Okay, down in there. Actually, that's not really that bad, but you still need to get that out. That stuff stinks. And then once you loosen up this clamp enough, which I'm going to do, I'm going to have to put the camera down, take this off completely. You're going to get this loosened up a lot, and then you're just going to twist it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it'll easily come out. Okay, I'll be right back and I'll get that out. All right, I got it out. Here's a ventilation slash where they can stick a manual probe in there and get unclog it through there. It's like a snake or whatever. But yeah, I've already got this out here. Doesn't look too bad. Looks pretty gunky, but not that bad. It was worse the last time I did this. Okay, then you want to do the wall one here. Okay. Loosen it up, pull it out. Ooh, look at that yumminess coming out of there. It's delicious. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Look at that. Ooh, gosh. Boy, that smells. All right. So anyway, we're on this right here, and we've got our pipe situation. And I love this little, you know, what do you call it? A Harbor Freight screwdriver here. It's not the world's best material, but for this type of job, it's awesome. It's a flathead. I just go up in the top here. I can see down through the hole here, if you can see with me here. See all that loveliness down in there. And I just take it and I push it down in there. And I just kind of scrape off the wall as best I can before I do the paper towel drop in there. Okay. I want to get as much debris out of there first. Okay, and you may have these extra drains like I have here on these. I clean these out every time. The only one that really works is this one. And for some reason, this plug that they put on this property here is 4 of them. It has 4 around the side, and none of these work, and they just trap nasty stuff. So I really go after those every time I'm in here. I spray it with the vinegar, and that's what I'm going to do in a minute here. I don't want to spray the vinegar until I feel like I've got the pipe cleared up. And what I do is I get my handy dandy paper towel, and I just kind of finger poke it in there like that. Not real tight now. You want it kind of loose, okay? And then you just take your screwdriver, go down in the middle of it, and just push that bad boy down in there all the way till it falls in the bucket down there, okay? Then you'll take a look down there, and if you have a flashlight on you or your phone has a light, then it works out even better. You can see what's going on there. See if I can turn mine on real quick here. All right, so we'll take a flashlight here and look down here, okay, after we push the paper towel through. And it doesn't look too bad. We're going to clean that out with the vinegar. We're going to spray the heck out of it. That's why we have the bucket underneath. And you can already see what the paper towel pushed through. That's just lovely stuff. Look at this. Oh, yeah. That's a keeper, isn't it? Yeah, not. All right. Anyway, then you have your other pipe here. You got your flashlight. Take a look down there. Oh, yeah. That is pure yuck. Okay? So we got to get that too. And I'll show you how to do that one. That one's a tricky one there. You got to be careful when you go in that pipe there because you don't want to leave the paper towel in there. So I'll show you how to do that too. And you don't want to go too far with it either. And the same thing with these pipes here. You'll just run a paper towel through it. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second here. And the same with all the others here. You're just going to run a paper towel through it. Try not to get it stuck in there. You don't want to do that. And you can have a handy dandy screwdriver like mine or just a good thick stick from the backyard, straight one. You know, you can use that too. I mean, being cheap here, yeah, it is, but you know, you got to save money because I'm telling you, plumbers will charge you $175 to $500+ just to do this job. So right now it may be unpleasant, but it's a good fix. It's cheap, the way to do it here, and you get to know your pipes quite well and what's going on. So we'll keep on going on here in just a second. Okay, now we got our vinegar and we're going to spray into this pipe here. Okay, I'll put on spray here. Okay, and you just want to saturate that puppy. Make sure you have your bucket underneath. Okay, you just want to saturate it with the vinegar. And let that sit. It's going to be spilling out there. You want to let that sit there. Wipe off this orifice here. You want to let that sit while you take these pipes to your main sink, which is maybe a laundry sink or something like that. Somewhere where you can really clean these guys up real good. So these 3 parts here you're going to take with you. Don't lose this. Don't lose any of this stuff here. So make sure you keep inventory of what you have when you walk out. And don't lose any of these gaskets or you have to go buy some. So we'll head over to the deep sink real quick here and clean those up while we're waiting for this to finish dripping. And then we're going to clean that out. We're going to spray that out and put the bucket underneath it also. So let's go do that now. All right, now we got our pieces in our sink here. And we just want to fill it up to where it's about a little bit above the pieces here. And you want to use the water as it's coming down in, see if we can wash out some of these pieces, get some of that nasty stuff out there. It doesn't seem to come out really easy. Just take your handy-dandy stick or screwdriver, just scrape out all that excess out of there. Look at that loveliness coming out of there. It's wonderful, isn't it? Okay. All right. Getting a lot of that out of there. See that? No, that's just nasty. Okay. You just want to get it out using that water. Okay. A lot of makeup and stuff in there. Hair. Whatever else. Toothpaste, you name it. It's all there. Okay. Same for these guys here. Okay. Just scrape out what you can with the screwdriver. This will save you a lot of time just cleaning out everything out. Oh, look at that. See that coming out? That was nice. The loveliness going on there. Okay. Okay, you can wear gloves doing this. Get a lot of complaints that I do everything barehanded. But, you know, hey, to each his own. Okay. So the next stage here is what you want to get after is start cleansing it. Get this doggone, some of the black stuff here is literally just mold. So you just want to use your vinegar here, half and half or straight, white vinegar. Your spray bottle here. I use a Zep bottle. These are great. It's great bottles. They last a long time. You can spray bleach through these things and it really doesn't hurt them. They actually make one that's for bleach, but this one seems to work pretty good with vinegar. Okay. I'll leave a link on that for Lowe's where I get them. I just hate buying anything else now since I've gotten so used to them. Okay. And then you want that to soak. So you don't want it to go back in the water yet. Okay. We're going to do this one too. Spray it all internally in the hole there. And then we shake it out and put it somewhere where it's going to soak for a little bit here. I put them over in the corner here to soak. I got to drain out this water. It's disgusting. But you do the same thing for the next pipe and your drain plug itself, the plug for the drain. You want to spray those. Make sure you get really into the seal there and the edges. So I'm going to get after that, and then I'm going to show you how to use the paper towel method after I spray these down real good, let them soak for a little bit, and drain this sink out and clean it up so you don't have to stare at this nastiness. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back here, and I've cleaned up the sink a little here. Now this plug here, this plug can either come out completely decent like this one since I cleaned it the last time, but the time before it was solid black. It had caked goo on it and stuff, and you literally want to have a sink like this, take your faucet, and as you're spraying on it, you want to literally just take a brush like this, any kind of brush you have for cleaning, doesn't have to be specific, and just run it through the triangle shapes here of the body and try to get all that black stuff off. And yours may be really, really bad. It was really bad last time. You may need to have to let it soak in the vinegar to get it cleaned up. But, you know, you got to be careful of the fittings on here because this may be chrome or, you know, like this is bronze or brass. And the vinegar is going to damage it if you don't get it off after a short period of time. So right now I can just spray it, let it sit there. And we need to talk about our pipe cleaning too. Okay, so we've been spraying these up and it's time to run the paper towel through it. And it may be really bad. You may have to run hot water from your sink here, hot water from your sink to set it to hot and run it through here and get as much of the gunk out of it as possible. Okay, I don't have any type of brush that I use that goes through this, but I can tell you how to go through this with a paper towel. Okay, for the paper towel, you want to just try to get as much as you can with your finger just going inside. Okay, like I'm getting a lot of nasty stuff there. Like I said, gloves are probably nice to have. Okay, and you can get a lot of it just with your finger, you know, just your finger and clean it out. It's still in there, still deep in there, okay? But most of the stuff at the main part of the orifice of the opening here, you just want to get in there. Let's get to the next stage here, which is actually pushing it through. You do not want to push through this side. You want to push through this side, okay? And I'll show you why. Because this is taller, the rag is going to go through here and be able to be accessible by taking the screwdriver and try to pinch it out and pull it out, or with your fingers. But if you stick it this way, it's going to get stuck in there, okay? You push it through the short side, it's going to get stuck in the long side. So you want to go through the long side and just take your screwdriver and push it through, okay? Just push it through, okay? And there it is. You can see it. It's coming out. Okay. It's all nasty and sticky. Okay. And you can either be frugal. I'll use the word frugal. You can use a clean side of it and re-poke it through again. Okay, remember hot water is your friend. Okay, you just pull it out. You just literally use it like a pry bar and pry it out on that side there. Okay, and eventually you just keep running a clean piece of paper towel through there. Run a little bit of water once in a while through there. Okay, you know, just get it through there. Run that paper towel through there. Okay, and eventually these are going to get real nice and clean. Okay, now this one's a real simple one, but it has a weird angle inside there. You see that? Okay, you want to go first through this side, but this is a straight pipe, so it's pretty easy to handle. This is usually never messy. Okay, it's usually easy to clean out. If anything, just take your screwdriver, stick it in there, and pull the stuff out. Pull it out. I wouldn't recommend sticking a paper towel in there. Maybe with your finger just to clean it out, maybe your pinky or something. Okay, but that you just push it right through. Gets it clean. You can see this other end is a little nasty. Okay, you want to do the frugal method here. You just push it through here, push it back, push it through, push it back, okay, push it through, and you just keep working it till you can start getting these pieces cleaned up here. You can actually use your paper towel and your screwdriver or stick and just sit there and pry the cake off of there with the two components here, the paper towel and the screwdriver. Okay, and always give it a wash real quick. Maybe you can get some of the stuff off just with water. Okay, and that's a straightforward, straight pipe, real easy to clean. Okay, and then you have this guy here, the long one here. This one you definitely don't want to push it through here. Okay, you want to push it through the long end. All right, keep saying it again, long end, push it through the long end. Now this is your main drain pipe or drain piece. Right from the sink, or that bottom metal piece I showed you that never remove unless you're replacing it. You're going to go through the longest part to the shortest part because you can get your paper towel back. Okay, and you'll just go through there, and you can literally use your screwdriver to go up and down to get some of this horrible debris on here off. Okay, I think this is makeup. Okay, yeah, I think it is. Some of it's mold, whatever, and makeup mixed all together. So it goes down to the end. See how it pops out real nice and easy? And you'll just go over and over again. And if it becomes a bear, like I said, you'll have to soak it for a while in the vinegar. Okay. But vinegar is fairly economical. And it'll work. It'll literally remove most of the debris just by spraying it on there and just washing it out. And then the paper towel does the rest of the work. And some of it you have to scrape off a little. But eventually you're gonna get these clean, and that's how to clean them. Let's move back to the sink so we can see how that looks and get that done, okay? Also, I forgot, if your pipes are really, really bad, or you just want to sanitize them really, really good, or make it easier to get the debris out, you can let them soak, fill it up, and use this product right here. It's the Lysol. And I'll put that in the link there. Clean and Fresh, multi-surface cleaner. Just put a good, good dash of it in there, half a cup in there. And then just put these in there, fill it up with hot water, hot tap water. And once they get full enough where they're under the water, just let them sit for a while. And they'll come out nice. You'll still have to run the rag and paper towel through them. You have to run the paper towel through them and get them cleaned up. So let's head back to the sink and get that job done. Okay, we're back at the sink here. And of course, we've seen the nightmare in here. Nothing but beauty. So you just want to get your bucket, move it underneath. Make sure it's not completely full. If you need to dump it in a bag or in the toilet, I wouldn't, because I got a rag and hair in there. I wouldn't dump that in my toilet. So you want to put it in a bag and put it in disposal. Anyway, all you have to do is just take your vinegar and your spray bottle here and just start spraying the heck out of it inside. Okay, that's going to loosen up a lot of that nastiness in there. Okay. Most of it will be pretty moist. Okay, you should be able to get some of it. There's a big chunk in there I'm spraying right now on the bottom. Okay, a couple of chunks there. But most of the time, this vinegar is going to do a great job on here because this area here, a lot of this stuff is still very, very soft and wet, okay? So you should be able just to go after it easily with the spray bottle. Now, if you do want to stick paper towel in there, I'm going to show you real quick here how to get that done. So you want to take your sheet. These are mostly these half sheets. If you have a full sheet, it's about the same. You just want to stick it in there like this, okay? And you want to have your hand on one piece because you do not want to get this thing stuck in there, okay? Use it as gently as you can. Do not rip it. And just go in and out of there and get as much of the debris as possible, okay? You're not going to get the world clean here, but you're going to do a decent job. It's going to come out fairly well, okay? And it looks pretty spick and span in there. I'll probably run another one through there. But that right there, you do not want to get paper towel loss in there, because if you do, you're going to have to call a plumber to get that out. But like I said, just half a sheet, stick it in there. I'll do it one more time for you in front of you. Okay, get it in there. Just roll it around. Don't tear it in there. Get what you can, and then get out of Dodge. Okay, then we go back to the top of the sink here. Okay, and we've been letting it soak with the vinegar for a while, so we want to just run a rag through there till we see that it's pretty well clear of any hair and debris. Okay, just sitting soaking, it looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see it from my angle here, but it is pretty clean in there. It's pretty pristine. Okay, if I can try to get the camera down in there for you. Okay, it's pretty clean in there. All right. I know sinks are nasty, and you go, wow, that's not really clean. Well, yeah, it is clean compared to what it could be. But anyway, once you do that, you're going to get that, run that paper towel through there again. Maybe even spray a paper towel and run it through there, because it's just a straight drop through the base here. Okay, it'll just fall right through. Spray the paper towel, push it through, and get it as clean as you can. And then you want to get all your pieces, clean them up again, and then put them all back together. I'm going to put it all back together in front of you because it's kind of tricky sometimes. And then I'm going to call it an end with the video. And if you have any questions, feel free to give me questions or any comments you wish to put. But anyway, that's about it. We'll just move on to the reassembly once I get the pieces all clean. I just want to give y'all a quick look at what it should look like when it's all clean there. It's pretty clean. I even ran a paper towel with vinegar soaked on it a couple of times, and it really just removes the debris. It makes it a lot better. Like I said, pipes aren't beautiful, but these are pretty clean. Okay. I forgot to say also, another tip for y'all is if you're doing the sink soaking method and your pipes are just getting really bare to get cleaned out, and to make it easier on you, instead of using the dry, you can also soak it in the solution that you have it soaking in and push it in there, okay? Using your stick or your screwdriver, push that through, okay, as far as you can get it. And then take the other end here, grab the paper towel out, pry method, okay? And I tell you what, it'll get your pipes really, really clean there using the wet method there, okay? So give that a shot too. It's a little tip there. And let's go get this all put back together. All right, reassembly time. Hopefully on this pipe here that goes to the wall, and you remembered which pipe goes where. Some people don't, but it's pretty easy to discern. This one goes to the wall. This one goes to the upper portion here, where my finger's pointing. And then this is, of course, your elbow here. Your elbow right there. Okay, that goes in between everybody. So anyway, we're gonna go to put the wall piece in first, okay? And never over tighten anything. Just put it in there, just kind of get the threads going, and that's it. Okay, leave everything kind of loose, get your bucket out of the way there. And then you're gonna go with your next piece here, which should be this piece actually. You're gonna go with this piece here, you're gonna bring it up, just kind of get it snugged on there so it's hanging. And then you also wanna get this hooked up right here. Okay, if you're having problems with it, you may wanna disconnect it like this and ring that sucker in there. But don't tighten it up, because you may have pushed it in too far or not far enough or whatever the situation may be. So don't tighten that up yet, but don't forget about it, okay? So now you got that all hooked up. Everything's in there, okay? And then you're gonna hook up the bottom piece here. And this is where the trick comes in. Sometimes it's a little tricky, okay? And you just wanna do the threaded part here and this part here and line them up as best as possible, okay? Okay. Gonna go here some way, there we go. And you may have to go up and down a little till you meet. Okay, so like we gotta go up a little higher here. Okay, and you just wanna work with it. Get them just finger tight and start working. Just kind of shake them a little till everything seems like it's just a happy situation. I know that sounds kind of like a strange thing to say, but It's like a happy situation where things, because sometimes they'll go left, they'll go right, whoever installed it. This one is almost like perfectly straight. So it's somebody, whoever did this, did a good job. Bravo Zulu, whoever that was. Okay, and then you want to hand tighten them. And then of course you want to tighten this back one here. Once you get everything all situated and everything seems happy and straight. Okay, then you'll do the rear one here to the wall. And then everybody, make sure everybody's tight. Everybody's tight. Okay, looks good. Now we got to go to this piece here. Let me turn the camera up a little here. Piece here for your drain. You want to hook that up, but I need to tighten this up real quick with my flathead screwdriver. I'm going to tighten this up real quick because everything looks pretty copacetic there. Okay, I'm going to tighten it up just like it was before, and then we're going to move on to the other piece to put back together. Okay, so we assembled down there, and I got that pipe, rubber pipe, drain pipe or air ventilation pipe reattached. And now we're going to put this back in. Now this is the plug here. This is a tricky one here because it can fall on you, all right? You don't want it to fall in there because you need to be able to line it up with the piece inside there to pop it up and down. Okay, so I'm going to use my screwdriver here to hold it in place, okay? And you want to make sure, let me show you this to you because I'm not doing it. Let me show you that piece to you real quick here. This piece right here has to be like this, the back side. This where its edge goes out. It's got to be on this side here. Okay, so you want to make sure it's straight and it's there. Okay, there we go. Make sure our screwdriver's in place here. And you probably want to put your hand up on top here if you have long enough arms. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Okay, so once we got that there, then you want to take this piece, the pop-up itself, okay, the pop-up itself, and you want to go in that hole as gently as possible so you can just hit the hole on the other ring. You want to go up and down, wiggle it. Oh, I think I'm in there. I hope I am. Okay. Then you just want to hand tighten it and then go check it. Okay. And it's hard because it's a weird angle. It's not natural. You go here. Well, let's see if we're connected. Look at that. Zippity-doo, yeah, yay, right there, yeah. We're hooked up. So, that's good. So we did a good job there. Then we're just gonna hand tighten the rest of it till it won't go any further. And then you wanna take your crescent wrench on the back of here and tighten it up, okay? This is where a lot of leaks occur, okay? Believe it or not. It'll go off that little plastic stem that's in here and it'll just drip right onto here and leak. So you want to make sure it's tight. Don't over tighten it, but just make sure it's snug tight, just like everything else here. You want to make sure everything's snug. Make sure this put on correctly and well. And pretty much you're done, okay? And you've saved a lot of money, so give yourself a pat on the back. You've done a good job. And just go ahead and remove all your equipment here. Make sure you dispose of everything properly. And put everything back that was underneath the sink there so the customer's always happy. All right, folks. Well, I hope this helped you a lot. It works for me. Good luck. God bless.